I think I feel really good. I look really good, I think.
Old buddy, yeah. Oh, yeah, she's my way. Hate my wife. I'm Vince from Ohio, and I want to share some of my favorite experiences on the water in the Florida Keys, which I'm going to start with Jim and Elaine Eccles, my very good friends from Ohio. So they say, you want to go to the sanctuary? And
I'm a local now. I'm not from Ohio.
That's why I don't trust you anymore. So
you got to get this straight if you're going to do this.
so I
You're
come
going to
down,
use my name and real McCoy here.
I come down to see my local friends, Jim and Elaine, and we're going to go to the sanctuary, where we're going to. What I'm thinking is this fenced-in area. It's real safe, and you get in the water, blah blah blah. But we get out there and we get in the water, and it's just a bunch of buoys and a lot of square miles of open ocean.
You're talking about
Yeah, so we get in the
sombrero
water and we're gonna
reef.
and we're gonna snorkel. And Elaine's up in the boat and she's throwing oatmeal in the water to attract more Yellowtail Snapper. And it was a lot of fun. They just surround you, and as you move your arms, they move away, and you bring your arms back in and they move back in. And there are literally thousands of these Yellowtail. So we had our fun and we jumped back in the boat, and Jimmy says, well, let's go, I'm sure you remember this.
I remember, yeah.
Let's go about a mile from here, we'll go shark fishing. So we go about a mile, and now we have to catch some bait fish, right? So we're catching the bait fish, and I get a Yellowtail Snapper. And I said, Jimmy, is this any good? And he says, yeah, that's their favorite. And I thought, are you people nuts? Weren't we just like a mile away in the water with their favorite? And we're gonna fish for these sharks now.
Well, yeah. See, we'd take the legal sized yellowtail, and we'd kind of fillet it off, put it on our hooks, throw it out there,
so needless
and
to
the
say-
sharks just love
Yeah,
them.
needless to say, we got out of the water. My daughter Katie and I are here fishing with a charter captain down in Key West. And we got into some, and again, these are all just fun stories on the water. Got into some Spanish mackerel. And they're fun to catch, they're not really good to eat, but they hit like torpedoes. So we're having fun, and Kate gets this mackerel on, and she's bringing it in. And
They're good to eat,
if you eat them that night, or smoke them, or whatever it is you guys do.
but
Yeah.
they're good to eat.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm stand corrected. So anyway, she's bringing it in, and barracuda, maybe 3 or 4 feet long, comes and cuts this mackerel in half. And of course, Kate's falling apart. And the barracuda does a U-ey in the water and comes over and hits my bait. So it eats her fish, comes over and hits my bait. And I said, Kate, I've got the barracuda that's just ate your fish. And about a 6 or 7 foot hammerhead came along and ate that barracuda as I was reeling it in. All this in 15 seconds. Now where can you get that, right?
And there was a incident where we were out fishing, just like we normally do. But Vince is he's still not the best fisherman. I'm telling you. He always pulls some good ones.
It's not that. I don't have Jimmy's sea legs. So I fall over in a boat a lot.
But anyway, we're out here fishing, and we're catching some, some nice little lane snappers, some yellowtails, or whatever. But then when we're doing that, I have this other rod that I always have hooked up that has this nice lure on it, that if something like a Spanish mackerel comes by, we can cast it out quick and grab him. Well, Vince, the good fisherman he has, as he's trying to catch fish, he sticks his butt up against the lure that I have with these trouble hooks.
Now wait a minute, that's not what happened at all.
All right.
A wave came, it was rough water, a wave comes along, and instead of falling in the water, I decided to fall backwards.
Candy
so
ass.
No, it is, it's true. So I
candy
fell back and sat right down on that lure that was hanging behind me. And of course it went right in my ass. So the highlight of the whole thing was Elaine, was Jim's wife,
My wife.
had the good fortune of digging it out of my ass. There was a long line of women that wanted to do that, let me tell you.
Yeah, right. You were just lucky you had one that would touch it.
So I took the lure and I said, Jimmy, I'm keeping the f***ing lure. And I know you're going to edit that part, but I'm keeping this lure. So I took it home. I got a picture of Elaine taking it out of my ass in my office with the lure that was in my ass hanging on the picture.
So you are really telling me you're the perfect ass. Is that correct?
At that moment I was. At that moment I was the only ass.
So in Vince's honor, I decided to name the spot. Vince is hooked. And lo and behold, I'm not very good at keeping numbers, and I've given them all my friends, and guess where they all fit? Their fish. And Vince's ass are hooked. You never know what you're gonna see.
There's no
Just like
parameters.
today, we're out there fishing, and we try to go deep, the waves are too rough, our boat's not big enough, and all of a sudden we come across this school of dolphin where there's like 25 or 30 of them just going around us, which is, it's really awesome to see and have. And thank goodness we're here to,
Well, we're
Like
blessed, yeah, to have it.
yeah. And unfortunately, you know, the guy that don't know how to fish, he did beat me again today with the biggest fish.
And speaking of which, I'm waiting on the dollar. Every excuse in the world. I didn't bring my wallet. Elaine, do you have a dollar? No, I didn't bring my wallet. Susie, can I have a dollar? No, I didn't bring my wallet. Producer, do you have one? Somebody come up with a dollar here. This has been great for me in the Florida Keys. Friends, water, people I meet. You know, it's just been outstanding.